EA Sports. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
So much has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. Gets around it. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, off you go.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brady, that's complete to Tyler Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw is Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 43 yards. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. point up and good by Succa. And we are tied here in the second quarter. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And that a good sign for KC's chances. Something we didn't see much of in Super Bowl 55. Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket making plays.
Well, partner, by all accounts, he's back to 100% physically. And that's not good news for NFL defenses. That allows him to move around, buy time, and find people downfield. And if he does it, he can take off and run and pick up first downs as well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of the Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Mahomes firing complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. But Charles, you think about these two teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same two teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 41 yards, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Again, we see Tom Brady and the Bucs set to take over. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to him.
And caught up. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And going deep for Hill. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
The quick slant caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Brady now on first down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing is Brady on third down. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
All quarterbacks are better when they have clean pockets to throw from, but you give one to Tom Brady, decimated defense. A really nice job there by his offensive line, giving him the protection to survey the field.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Throwing on second and long. Brady getting it out wide here to Bernard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference, as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come back punching here in the second half.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Now Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Line of scrimmage with 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And getting this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are right back in this football game. And now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? You'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. What a moment for him. A pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison in the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. Quick completion here to Johnson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Brady now to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Brady to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Brady now on first down. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. On first and 10, here's Brady. Johnson's got it complete. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Throwing again on second down. Brady. And that'll be caught by Darden. The reception good for 7. It's third down. One final try now for Brady. And that'll be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gordon signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.